Well, earlier on today, thousands of Russian troops marched past the Kremlin as Russia marks the 80th anniversary of the Soviet victory over Nazi Germany in the Second World War. The leaders of China and Brazil were among those attending the parade in Red Square. Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky described the event as a parade of cynicism. He urged heads of state not to travel to Moscow. Addressing the troops and dignitaries in the last few hours, Vladimir Putin said Russia would always remember and appreciate the Allied contribution to victory in the Second World War, and said the entire country was supporting the so-called special military operation, a reference to Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
The whole country, the society, the people supports those who are taking part in the special military operations. We are proud of their bravery, of the will, of strength of their will that only brought us victories.
Well, President Trump's called for an unconditional 30-day ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. Writing on social media, he said he was committed to securing a lasting peace. Mr. Trump's message comes after he held a phone call with Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky, who said Kyiv is ready for the ceasefire starting this minute, and that it would be a real indicator of movement towards peace. Meanwhile, in Ukraine itself, fighting's continued, with authorities there saying Russia continues to attack across the entire front, despite an order from President Putin for a 3-day ceasefire. For its part, Russia accuses Ukraine of trying to make new incursions in the Kursk region. Earlier on, our security correspondent, Frank Gardner, who's in Kyiv, told us more about where the ceasefire is holding and where it isn't.
It's really a ceasefire in two parts, because where it is largely holding is over the skies here in Kyiv and other major cities, where in previous nights there have been absolute waves of Russian-sent drones coming across, occasionally ballistic missiles, anti-aircraft defense engaging them. That hasn't happened now for the last 2 nights. So in terms of the air activity over most of Ukraine, the ceasefire is being observed. There have been a couple of exceptions in Poltava and Kherson, but where the ceasefire is most definitely not working is on the front line. And it's a big front line, remember. It's, more than 1,000 kilometers long, but there are exchanges of artillery, of mortar fire, of glide bombs. Ukraine, a few hours ago, accused Russia of launching nearly 100 glide bombs. These are old-fashioned Soviet heavy dumb bombs that are fitted with fins and GPS guidance systems that are then launched often from the Russian side of the border and aimed across the border at targets inside Ukraine. So Ukraine was never particularly optimistic that this ceasefire would be a full ceasefire. They've called it a smoke break. They want a full 30-day comprehensive ceasefire on land, sea and air, which America backs, but Russia will not sign up to.